Hello, students. This is a lesson on how to organize your note cards in your National History Day research. So you've made it. You've done the research. You have your minimum note cards that were set up by your social studies teacher, and then you're on your project. Here are the note cards, and my thing's been a little funky today. I think it comes up. Here are your note cards, and you're kind of like, okay, they're all over the place as far as what you want to do with it, or how you're going to organize all these. And you have to click on them to see them. Mine aren't as awesome as yours because I'm teaching this and you're actually doing it. So, you could like click through your note card. So it's like, how do I organize these so I can start writing? And I have 13 here. Some of you have, if you're working with a partner, 25, maybe 30, 35. You have a bunch of note cards here. So how do we organize these? Well, this is based on the lesson here where you're talking about creating your supporting arguments. Your teacher should have gone through these sample outlines. These are just samples. I'm going to focus on this first one here about an invention and creating three arguments here: why the invention was created, how it was created, and what is the impact of the invention. That's what I want to think about in terms of this invention. I think that's a good sample outline. And for those of you doing inventions, I think that's a good one to think about as far as your supporting arguments. So this is what I want to do, right? The why, the how, and the what. And I may want an introduction as well, like some background information. So now I'm going to go to these written directions and just follow through with them. The first is go to the note cards tab of your Noodle Tool project. I am right there. Here are all of my note cards. Now we're going to create piles. Manage pile and create a new pile. So here I'm going to go to manage pile, create a new pile, and I'm going to I called it introduction. You can also call it background information. This might be helpful to you. Okay, so I create a pile, and here it looks like this. I can move it around my tabletop. I'm in tabletop mode right now. And this I'm going to put note cards in that work as background information. Okay. Then it says create. I did that number 3. Then it says create 2 or 3 more piles based on your supporting arguments. So I'm following this sample outline. So I'm going to create this based on the telephone. So I'm going to create a few piles here. I'm going to create 3 more. So I'm going to have a total of 4 piles. Okay. So reasons for creating the phone, right? This is my why. That's going to be a pile that I have. Okay. Then I want the how the phone was created. How phone was created. That's my, well, there it is. My how is right there, right? Okay. Here is my how the phone was created. So this will be another pile. And then what is the impact, right? So what are the impact of the phone, of the telephone? This is the what, okay? So these are going to be my 3 arguments, and I think I have note cards that are based on these 3 arguments. Okay, so now I've got my pile set up. And now direction 5 just says to move note cards into different piles based on where you want to use your note cards. Now, I created titles for my note cards that actually has where I want to put the note card. This may take a little bit more time for you because you may need to look at the note card and say, okay, this quote, I want it in reasons for creating the phone. This quote is more about reasons for creating the phone. And I'm just going to do this. Here's one for the impact of the phone long term. And I'm going to continue until I have a lot of my note cards organized. You don't have to use every note card that you did in your research. It'll probably be better if you don't use every card because everything may not apply. And I'll see you in the next part to talk about other ideas.